What's good? It's Ozman the Wizard.
And Naima.
And this is not
another damn podcast.
presented by
Our damn selves.
episode 275.
Yeah.
275. That means we're inching towards 300. I don't know what we're going to do for 300. 100 was dope. 200 was right at the height of COVID. 300 can be something special again.
Yeah. And then 300, they bought the 300 movie. Is it like, this is Sparta? I never saw it, but I mean, I just know that line. But
no Spartan, yeah, of course.
Not really into the gladiator type films. I'm not really into that.
So you definitely didn't watch Game of Thrones?
No.
House of Dragon?
No, I'm not. Like, don't bash me.
Lady got me checking out House of Dragon. Like, she's a Game of Thrones fanatic, yeah. So
these people don't come at me because everything isn't everybody.
And then I went back and watched some of the Game of Thrones from season 1 episodes, like 2011, whatever year that show started. Like, she got me going back watching. Like, okay, yeah, I'm trying to
watch it.
I'm trying to get into it.
Taking the notes, like.
Trying to get into it because, like, the House of Dragon, I'm going down a rabbit hole of a show I barely even know about. So if I'm wrong, y'all let me know. Yeah, it's a prequel to Game of Thrones. It's like over 1,000 years before, something like that. Basically showing how we got to the Game of Thrones.
How we got to the Game of Thrones.
Yeah, it's like a prequel. Like
prequels can be hit or miss. They can be hit or miss. Prequels can be.
Yeah, it's it all depends. Yeah, like
does everybody, do we care about some people's origin story? That's why I say it could be hit or miss, because some origin stories, like, do you really care about? Like yeah. Like, that's why the Star Wars work, because like seeing how Darth Vader became, how Anakin became Darth.
That's the original, original 6, I call. Yeah,
cared about that. You see what I mean? People cared about.
You have the OG 3, and then you have the 3 prequels. That's the original 6. Yeah, with and that tells the story of the birth and the death of Anakin Skywalker.
Yeah.
It's like, it shows him being a baby, him becoming Anakin the man, Anakin transformed into Darth Vader, and then ruling the empires, like all of that. And then his son comes and finds him years later as an adult. Hey, Luke, like, to challenge him and all this, like. And then they eventually reconcile. Like, he
still gotta watch Star Wars. Like, don't come at me either, people. I haven't seen Star Wars either.
Star Wars, I love Star Wars.
I haven't. I saw episode 1, The Phantom Menace. That's the only one I've seen, but I haven't seen
Attack of the Clones yesterday. It's funny.
The other stuff. So I keep on claiming I'm gonna watch it one long weekend, and I still haven't watched it yet. I keep on claiming I'm gonna watch it.
We all do that. The shows we claim we're gonna watch.
Like, I got a long weekend coming up, but then you do this, and then you're like, damn, it's Monday already. Your weekend be gone.
Like how I ended up with checking out some episodes of Game of Thrones, because House of Dragon, like, the new season started 2 weeks ago. But the lady wanted to watch. I was like, okay, yeah, I'll watch with you. Yeah, I don't want to be an asshole and just leave the room. Yeah, I'll watch. And I said, okay, it's cool, yeah. So and so if you like the House Game of Thrones, it's way better. She was like, so okay, yeah, you didn't sold this one high, now I got to check it out. So yeah, it's good, but Game of Thrones was so. You like that? Do you really like that? So I was like, okay. Yeah. So I'm checking out. When new shows, like, sometimes it takes a while to establish themselves. So I've been checking out season 1. She says, yeah, it starts off a little slow, but then it picks.
It has to build, because some stuff does have a slow burn where it's like.
It's usually when shows find themselves most.
Yeah, because they found their stride. Yeah, they found their stride now. Because
some of your classic shows, like The Simpsons, like season 1 is kind of, then 2, 3, 4. That's when the show is really cooking.
It was rolling. Like every episode of like season 4 was like gold. Like, once they got like their rhythm going, it's like every episode was gold.
Seinfeld, like, its first maybe 2 seasons then season 3 they started figuring it out, and then 4 was like the Seinfeld we all know, like 4.
And then whatchamacallit for me, which I watched, I've been going back watching the episodes, like Sex and the City. Season 1 was like they were still figuring it out. Season 2, they were still doing some things at season 1, but then by season 3 they dropped all that extra stuff that they were doing in the first 2 seasons, and then it was like
A Different World is a very interesting case, because season 1 was kind of, they were finding themselves. Then they had to do a hard reset on season 2 because of the Lisa Bonet. So season 2 was like another whole. That was like almost like another season 1 where they had to figure it out all over.
It seemed like a whole different series once Lisa Bonet was off of it. It felt like a totally different show.
It wasn't just Lisa too, because then they brought Debbie Allen in.
They brought Debbie Allen in.
Debbie Allen added that authenticity because
it felt like a black college. Like, not being funny, it felt like a black college.
Howard alum, so she went to it. So she knew like what one goes down.
You saw the lambda knew. You saw them like Debbie doing Allen that.
Said when she walked on the set, okay, where's the stepping at? Where's this at? Like she started saying like stuff. Things like where's That's the first thing she mentioned was the stepping. Like nobody's we had an nobody stepping. That's why they added the fraternities like season 2. Like with Ron and Dwayne pledging. Surprise!
Lambda do.
So like they added that portion of the soul in season 2. Like season 2, they had to do a hard reboot, and then season 2 was another like, okay, let's figure out what this show is. And then
let's figure out what the show is.
Season 3, they were cooking. Yeah, season 3, 4, and 5. 6 is when it started getting shaky.
Let's say about that to bear. Because some shows, the last season is like, you could tell it's like, okay, the show's about to get canceled. If it's not going to get canceled, then
some shows do
get canceled.
They had horrible final seasons because they did get canceled. But then another network decided let's squeeze what little life is left out of this show, like different strokes. Family Matters, like those are different strokes in Family Matters. The shows already were terrible, like before they got canceled. And then another net, like NBC cancels Different Strokes. ABC says, "Hey, let's pick it up. Let's squeeze one more season out of this show."
This horrific show.
Family Matters, same thing. Like ABC canceled the whole TGIF block, and then CBS said, "Hey, we'll bring Family Matters.
We'll take that back."
And in both shows, like they lost people that decided, like, nah, I'm not gonna. Like Zoe Marie Payton said, like, nah, I'm good. I don't want to.
I ain't doing this no more. Harriet left.
And then they lost what's the name? Dixie Carter on Different Strokes, because she had started doing Designing Women. She's
because she was on Designing Women. That was a good show. I like Designing Women. That was a good show.
Like, I don't want to be on Different Strokes anymore. I got another gig lined up.
I have a better show.
I don't want to do that. So that happens when like shows are canceled, and then another network they try to, because they want to get, because the show was a hit for the first networks. They said, hey, maybe we could bring some of that magic. No, the show is dead by now. It was a hit 5 seasons ago, but now not so much. Yeah.
It's like you're trying to buy a business that is like going under. You try to revamp it, but then the business, like nobody wants to go to this business, no matter how much grand opening and grand reopen, like so much if you throw on it, people ain't feeling it no more.
Or I do a sports reference. It's like a guy who was MVP like 5 seasons ago, but like he's washed up now. Now you sign him thinking he's gonna be an MVP. It's like, no, that was like 5-6 years ago. Like, dude, like,
here's the thing: he has flashes here and there, but he's a bench player that has flashes.
Averaging like 12 points now is like, and
he's a bench player that gives you flashes. Like maybe when Mercury is in retrograde, he dropped 40 this night. But Mercury was in retrograde when he dropped 40. Like that's not consistent with what he's going to do every night. It's just not.
I know this inadvertently described Derrick Rose. That wasn't my intention, but I thought about it. That sounded like D-Rose.
But we love Shot-Town. We love Rose.
Right now, like
it did. I just thought about that too. I was like,
he's gonna be 2011 Derrick Rose. You signing him now, you're gonna be disappointed. It's like, you think it's gonna be that?
It's like he's a role player that's gonna give you splashes here and there, and when he has the splashes on those on days, you ride that. Like, okay, like, you 4 for 4, you 5 for 5. Okay, let's roll with it. Let's roll with it.
Solid veteran you can bring off the bench and you can close games with sometimes.
There you go.
That's what he is right now.
There you go. And let's bring him back to Chicago.
Is he is he still with the Knicks? I don't know when his contract is up.
He want to come back. He wants to finish his career here.
I don't know.
He does.
I know he signed with the Knicks last year. I don't know for how many years. He probably got at least another year and then maybe re-sign.
He would like to finish his career here, and I think that would be appropriate because, like I said, we saw like several of his other brother and, do like the one-day thing. But I want Derrick to actually have a full season here. I want to actually sign like a real, like his last season.
He re-signed in 2003, like he had.
Yeah. I love to see Derrick do that. I love to see it for him.
Yeah.
Yep.
Shout out, yeah, like before we really dive into what we're talking about, I know we went on a whole rant right there.
It's all good. It's all
Had a
good.
fun weekend. Yeah, I was chill for most of Saturday. I know you had a big Saturday. I saw via Facebook. Well, I'm gonna let you talk about that. Yeah, but we were chilling, me and the lady mostly, and then I wanted to get some golf in. I'm like, it's September, like yeah, golf season to be ending in another month or so. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I went and got a little bit in. We went damn near when the sun was going down. We were just chilling, late, lazy Saturday. Yeah, the whole thing.
It beats that way.
I'm gonna get a little bit in, and like something told me why I wanted to go there. Now I know why. Shout out to Rudy, my unofficial golf instructor over there, because he saw me out there struggling. Yeah, he said, "Hey, that ain't it, dude." It's an old guy too. Old people are blunt shit. Yeah, he's like, "Nah, you're not good." It's like he just came and he started showing me like the swing. Yeah. He's like 84 years old. Like, yeah, it's still out there, active and shit. He said all the time. Yeah, so he's like, yeah.
I aspire to do that. I mean, that's motivation. Like, I want to be 84 and still be active. I do.
He said, no, that's not it. Yeah, come here. Let me show you.
All day.
Because I was out there, had to struggle swinging. And once he
gave me looking like Charles.
Guess what? My leg shaking there. Stanky leg, as Kenny and them call it.
I was like, he was quivering.
Stanky leg, as Kenny and them say. But yeah, once y'all got the tips from Rudy, I got it on the green. Yeah, first swing, like, and then it went to the ground. Like, okay, that worked. So
you were like Homer. Yeah, always keep your head with top. Keep your head down, huh? Make sure no one's watching. You did like Homer.
Well, I had to shout him out. Yeah, OG.
Nice.
Yeah, so I was a good time for the little golf I did get in. And I went, something just drew me out there, yeah, because that was my unofficial golfing. He told me where he golfs at too, so I'm gonna definitely look for it. Said I'll be hanging around. We'll find you. Yeah.
Nice. See, that's what you do, like, and that's how you pass on the knowledge. Because, like, if you're like another example, if you're at the gym and you're working out improperly, if you're a person and you're a gym person, you see somebody not doing the machine correctly or not getting the maximum amount, like, give them like a little quick pointers, like just give them a couple of quick
the
tips.
first time you hit the rep, you're like, "Ooh, I feel that now." Thank you. Yeah, like, well, you've been doing this for like, you do 100 reps and you don't feel nothing. It's like
doing that, yeah.
You do like 2 reps, you're like, "Ooh, I feel it all up in here now." Yeah, like it's like you make those adjustments. Like, say now you feel it. Okay, I feel it in here. Like you feeling like
share the knowledge. That's why I would say don't hoard it, share it. Like it's not about like you have to just hoard everything and share some knowledge.
All of this, and I ain't even barely breaking a sweat. I did like 200 of these.
You're not getting the workout.
Like 5 of these, and I feel a burn. It's like the adjustments. He's like, see, now you getting the workout. Before you was bullshit, and you wasn't getting one.
No, I gotta learn. So you gotta show me because I know I'm terrible. I don't know how to do golf like that. I'm terrible. So yeah, I just do miniature golf.
Perfected my swing. Yeah, so
yeah, I just know miniature golf.
Shout out to OG Rudy. I said I was gonna shout him out on the podcast. So tell me about your interesting day. I saw you on Facebook, getting a little
so
guy in downtown style. I saw you.
Yes, so we decided to do before the weather changes, we're like, okay, it should work out fine. First weekend of September should still be good weather. I know it's Chicago, but it should still be
unofficial final weekend of summer, like unofficial. Summer officially ends on September 21st, but unofficial is this weekend because
we know Labor Day.
So this is a good time to do it. It's the unofficial end.
So we went on a Chicago architecture tour, a boat tour. So it was me, mom, and the kids, and it was Khalil's first boat ride because, like I said, nothing's been normal these last 2 years. So so like now, like getting him
do nothing, and then and COVID happened, so this is the first time he's able to actually do stuff.
Yeah, get him to experience life before COVID because he really doesn't have much recollection of what happened before COVID. This was just sadly his reality. Being masked and isolated from everybody has been his reality. And even Ariana can like remember some stuff a little bit, but like, it's more like a sad thing. Like, Dad, I liked it better when I used to be able to do this. Like she's like in that mode because it's a large part of her life too. Yeah, but we did get to go out on the water and we took nice pictures and they were looking at the architecture and they loved, like Khalil kept on looking down. He said he saw fish. I don't know. He said he saw fish in the water. I don't know. I'm like, okay.
Definitely some fishing.
He's like, I see the fish. He's looking at it. I'm like, okay, Khalil, you looking at the fish. Like, look at the buildings. Like, look up here. Like, don't look at the fish, look at the buildings. He made
his choice.
He's looking at fish in the water. And I'm like, okay, it's still Sears Tower, people. It's not Willis Tower, whatever they're calling it. It will always be the Sears Tower. Hey, look at the Sears Tower right there, baby.
Ain't no more Sears, but it's still the Sears.
It's still the Sears Tower.
Sears might be dead, but the tower is not.
Even the tour guide, his name was David. He was like, yeah, he's like, so if you're in Chicago, and he was like, what's this building called? He's like, that's right, the Sears Tower. Even he said it like, that's right, it's the Sears Tower.
It doesn't bother me because Sears is DOA. That's why it doesn't bother me. Like, whatever you want.
He was like, in Chicago's will fight you if you try to say that. It will fight you.
Want to call it Sears? Like, cool. If you don't want to call it Sears, I don't.
It's Sears.
I don't get it.
And then they love Mom, like the people on the boat, like the captain and the tour guide. Like they love Mom because, Mom was like, Mom is very active. And like she was sharing like her anecdotes because the thing about these tours is like when they're asking questions and trying to engage the crowd, they want you to do banter. They want like if you're sitting there like, yeah, so. And you're like,
okay, you got shit for brains. You want to say that? Like,
you just sit there like, it's dry. And then Mom was talking about like how she she went on the ledge at the Sears Tower. And then she said she used to work at the post office back in the day because we passed the post office.
Yeah.
Yeah. She's like, that's the one I worked at. I worked on the 9th floor of the post office.
I was a post. And then like the part of the Dark Knight they filmed at
the Dark Knight, yep. And
like,
then she was just sharing anecdotes, and then the guy was saying, he was like, I'm going to take you next time. He said, next time you need to come on, you need to come on my tours with me, because he was like, yeah, like he really enjoyed like Mom.
Trying to take my job.
He was like, no, he was like, because he's like, I'm telling stories. He said, you got stories for days. He said, you should write a book. He said, I need to take you with me.
Your stories are way better than mine. That's what
So it was really fun. So I mean, we had a good time just being out, and after that, we went and we had dinner, like late, I guess early dinner. Well, it was like dinner time by then. We went to Chicago Chicken and Waffles.
Okay.
So we went there. So it was Mom's first time going, and she enjoyed it. She was like, "Oh, this is good." We had a good dinner there.
My first time going. Wow. Okay.
Yeah, you know.
Mom out like that.
She like, don't go out. So like I was like,
I've been there like 15, 20 years. I've been there for a while.
Because when I was driving, I was like, what do you want to eat? I was like, let me think of something that Mom likes to eat that's safe. Because if I pick a certain restaurant, she may pick over it. I said, so let me just pick something simple. Chicken and waffles. You like chicken. I'll take you here, Mom. I was like, I know you like chicken, so let me just take you here. And then, I was like, we had to pass it anyway to like get back home. So I was like, let me.
Like it.
She loved it. Oh, yeah. She said it was really good. And then the owner would say, or the manager, whatever, he was like, she was like, this is my first time. He said, well, I hope it won't be your last time. I was like, it won't be. Like, I'm going to take her here because she ain't going to do it herself. I'm going to take her here and I'll just take her.
Yeah, the kids like it.
Of course, yeah. Because, they've been, well, Khalil, obviously, like I said, because Khalil has it. Ariana has.
Kids eat everything.
Like my screen lock, my picture on my lock phone, my lock screen is Ariana at Chicken and Waffles because Marcus and I took a picture of her there.
Her first time, probably.
Yeah, that actually when she was like maybe 16 or 18 months. Oh. Yeah.
That's what's up. Well, we just ordered Chinese food, so we didn't do nothing.
Because I want to go out because I'm like, let's just make a day. Like, I don't want to just grab like some carry out. Like, let's actually go and let's sit down. Like, we don't have to like rush and get him. Like, let's sit down, let's eat, let's enjoy being out. Let's enjoy that. So So fun times with Mom and the kids. Always fun times with us.
Dope.
Yes.
Right. Some not so fun times. Let's stay in Chicago right now. Ooh, this is a rabbit hole we're about to go down. Ari Spears. Let's start with him. It all started with what they said was fat shaming of Lizzo. As like, what did you hear about the whole?
These are the least of your worries. Okay, I'll start with the fat shaming.
Rabbit hole. Ooh, we going down that rabbit.
Oh yeah, we going down we climbing. Call us Alice. We about to go down this rabbit hole. We about to be Alice in Wonderland right now.
God damn it, yeah.
So when I saw that he fat shamed Lizzo, and then I saw that Lizzo clap back at the VMAs, which was last week. She did clap back at him. She didn't say his name, but you could tell it was a clap back at him.
Yeah, I heard about Lizzo's response to Aries.
Yeah, her clap back. And as I was reading, because I was like, okay, let me see what the fat shaming thing. And then
so what he said, he was people exaggerated this shit. He was dissing himself too. It's like he's like it was a bit of an exaggeration of what they said about Aries. It's like
it was a little bit of an exaggeration. And the other thing too that kind of confused me when like no shade, but I mean I'm about to be shady as hell now. But when he said the thing about he considered himself handsome.
I don't know if that was comedy or not. I couldn't tell. It's like that part.
He said, when I read that in print, when it said Aries, I consider myself handsome, and I would use a lot of words to describe Aries spirit. I think that he's funny. I think he's a good impressionist, but handsome, that's not. I don't think I would use that word in particular to describe. I don't think I would. Like I think Blair Underwood is handsome, Morris Chestnut,
Yas man.
Idris Elba.
I look better than all of them.
Opie Sirabe. I mean, Ciribos. I call him Sirabe. But I mean, I think about these are like guys I think about when I think about handsome. I just don't. Okay, but Ghost from Power. I think about people like that when I think about handsome. That's just me. But
my piece.
That's either here or there. But back to it. So my whole thing about
piece and I'm
like,
God damn it, go ahead.
People did exaggerate, like you said, slightly. He was on Vlad TV, right? He was on Vlad, right? When he did his
Vlad.
I think it was Vlad and
Vlad is very, very problematic. A lot of people.
And people already call Vlad a culture vulture. I see people call him that all the time.
And another reason, and a big reason why I stopped fucking with Vlad is when he Vlad doesn't like Farrakhan. That's a big reason when I stopped fucking with Vlad. I used to like Vlad stuff. I was like, I was into his show, but because of the whole because he says Farrakhan is anti-Semitic, which like I don't know why people put that out there all the time. It's like, but
once the thing gets out there and people can, even if you show document proof that that's not the case, and people just still have to ride with
anti-Semitic stuff. That's all I'm saying. Like,
people still gotta ride with it.
Farrakhan has been critical of a lot of groups, including like Jewish people. I don't think he's anti-Semitic. Just he's like you're critical of somebody doesn't mean you're anti-Semitic.
Yeah.
It's like, but Vlad, he goes at Farrakhan, so like I was like, I can't fuck with Vlad anymore, just on principle.
They call him the culture vulture.
I was I'm from Chicago and I was born in the nation, so I was like, I can't fuck with Vlad.
Right, like yeah.
Won't look if I'm supporting Vlad. How that look? Come on.
But I mean, I think that with him, I think he's the person that Vlad is the kid that. Hey, why don't you so-and-so in class? And then you do it, and then your dumb ass get caught with the cookie jar. You get your hand in the cookie jar.
Oh, yeah.
And Vlad's like, Dad, that's messed up that you did that.
Well, Vlad knows how to push what buttons to push.
That's what he is. He's the instigator.
He knows what buttons to push to get him to say certain shit. Like Bootsy is a perfect example. Like he always has Bootsy on his show because he's like, he knows Bootsy's gonna say certain shit about people he doesn't like.
Say controversial stuff.
What do you think about such and such? Bootsy gonna go on a little rant about it. So like, it'd be somebody that Vlad doesn't like, and he knows just by mentioning that person's name, Bootsy is gonna like
floodgates open.
Yeah, he's gonna bury it. And Vlad knows that. That's why he has Bootsy on his show all the time, because he knows that all I gotta do is mention this dude's name, and he's gonna go on a rant.
Everybody doesn't have like the thing to not take the bait, to be like, okay, I'm not going to take this bait. Like he knows how to bait people. Like he baits people and then he reels it in because I mean, that's his shtick because I mean,
that's the whole reason why, that's how DL Hughley was brought into the whole Kanye West thing because of fucking Vlad. Yeah, it's like, because Vlad asked him and then DL said something. Kanye didn't like what he said. Now the two of them, and this don't look right. These two black men are beefing because something the white man said. It just don't look right. It's like, yeah, come on.
So is Vlad like Ryan O'Reilly on Oz then?
Maybe.
He like stirs shit up and keeps people like beefing with each other. Is he Ryan O'Reilly? Watch Oz if you don't know the character. Watch Oz. I think he is.
Ryan O'Reilly better known as Mayhem.
Yeah. But my thing is, it's like with the whole stat. Okay, here's the thing about, and I see so many people like Lizzo's name keeps on coming in a lot of guys' mouth. Lizzo's name just keeps on coming up just everywhere. I don't know why. When guys just want to use
fat and guys that people gets use
guys just let use her as a punching bag. And here's my thing about Lizzo. I think Lizzo has a lot of talent because I like her songs. About Damn Time is a good song. It's a good record. She plays the flute, so she's very talented. She is. And the thing that I do like about her is that she's not a shrinking violet, because for many years, what was the fat woman's role in Hollywood? You were Natalie from Facts of Life, where you were just a fat sidekick, like the non-sexual, nobody looked at you in any way. Even Melissa McCarthy, to an extent, was viewed as like, you see what I mean? Like you were viewed as like that was like your thing. Like you're not the leading woman. You're not a sex symbol.
Your character is usually single. Yeah.
You're single. You're just the fat friend who, you should just be kept in the corner and just hide yourself. But Lizzo is like, I'm not going to hide myself. This is who I am. So she's very confident in herself.
Here's what I don't like about Lizzo. She leans into that fat shit too much.
I think that she does. And that's my thing I was going to say next, is that I don't like that she leans in a little bit too much, because I'm like, you actually have talent.
You got kids. You go to basketball games. Like, would you want her fat ass exposed with you and your kids at the Bulls game?
I don't want to see anybody's ass out. Period. I just don't want to see ass. Like fat or not fat.
Was at the United Center with her fat ass out exposed.
Fat or flat. I don't want to see any ass out. Fat or flat. I don't want to see anything out. I don't. I got kids. I don't want to see that. And I don't want my kids to see it either.
Try to say that was fat shaming. Like, no, motherfuckers just don't want to see your big ass out. And people come to watch basketball, not to see Lizzo's ass.
Yeah, so I mean, I think
if you want to see Lizzo's ass, buy a ticket to her show.
Her concert, yeah.
It's like we're not here for that.
I think that's problematic when she does that too much, because it's like, my thing is, I say once again, I go back to, she actually has real talent. She's actually talented, so she doesn't need to do all these extra things to garner attention. You actually have talent. You do.
Conspiracy theories about Lizzo too. Like, I don't know if you're familiar with the phrase industry plant. I don't know if you ever heard that. It's like, I don't know.
Not really.
Yeah, people say certain people are planted there by like the powers that be to make us look bad, basically. Like, using this, they say Lizzo's an industry plant. Lil Nas X is another one. Like certain artists, they say and all these artists did come out of nowhere. Both of them, it's like and then they went from 0 to 100, went to like unknown to like on top real quick.
Superstar status.
Something to that. Yeah. And then like when they first came out, they didn't act the way they act now. Like Lil Nas X or Lizzo, neither one of them. Like Lizzo wasn't doing all like showing her naked ass like every 5 minutes, like when she first came out. And Lil Nas X wasn't leaning into the gay shit when he first hit. And then they just flipped it, and then like some point, so people say, "Are they industry plants?" Like it's a big thing. Like look into that that they were planted on purpose. It's like how they gave they came in one way of safe and then shifted. It's like, but they had already got popular by the time they shifted.
It wouldn't be the most shocking thing. Like I said, I put nothing past anything these days now, because I just don't. Like, I never would go on a limb and say that I could never see so and so in.
Lizzo once had a kid's bop, yeah. So she got a DNSA to prove 100 that kid.
I'm that kid. And Ariana was singing it with you.
Well, she was in the country, Uncle Lock, you turn on kids bop. I was like,
you were like, okay, I turn on kids bop. But like I said, that's the whole thing about the whole Aries spirit thing. So like, why is Lizzo live rent free? And like guys say like, yes, she's a BBW. She's not going to hide who she is. She shouldn't be ashamed of who she is, because that's her body. Everybody isn't going to be like my example. I always use, everybody wants to be, but everybody just cannot be. Like, who has a beautiful body, who everybody likes. Everybody's not going to be Chloe Bailey. Everybody's not going to look like her. They just don't have that body. Everybody doesn't have that body type. Like Chloe Bailey is a body type that everybody aspire. Like, well, I'll go on a limb and say that most people would aspire to want to be like, because she's small, but she's curvy. People want that body type. Everybody doesn't have that body type. They just don't. So if you don't have that body type, are you going to cry about it, or are you going to get surgery to look like it?
If she was at basketball games getting half naked, people would say something about her too, Chloe Bailey.
Yeah. They did talk about when she got her TikTok dancing, like, doing her busted challenge, and with her doing her dance, and people would try to like cover her and try to be like,
yeah, you ain't gotta follow her on TikTok. That's my thing.
There you go. They would try to shame her about that. It's like she's a grown woman.
Like she can do what she wants. You don't have to like. I'm saying we do something at a basketball game. You're infringing on other people's rights.
Yeah,
like,
that's true.
Want to take it to watch basketball, not you. Like if they don't want to watch you on TikTok, guess what? I just
don't follow.
Block you even
exactly.
Like, if I don't want to see you, you can shake your ass all you want on there. I just won't follow you. Like you can say that. Like but the basketball game, that's crossing the line to me. Like that's what I'm not saying Lizzo can take her clothes off all she wants, like if she's at her own show or like on her social media. But like, yeah, if you had a fucking Lakers
that game, that was too much. But Aries got cooked for it. He did. And like I said, but now that's the least of his concerns because like I wish like he probably wishes that getting cooked. But
this was definitely Aries Spears got doxxed. Like this is definitely part of that, because this came out of nowhere. This story is definitely part of like some Lizzo fan went and like did some digging, and pulled this story up. Who knows whether if we don't know if it's even there, but whatever, this story is out there now, and even if it's proven to be bullshit, Aries Spears and Tiffany Haddish's reputations are kind of fried because public opinion matters. It's like. Perfect example is Cosby. It's like, yeah, like they overturned that case and let him out. It's like, but public opinion, he said he'd never be Dr.
There's still document proof out there that like stuff happens. So.
Oh yeah, it's some question. Yeah, like that's how they got it.
Well, with the Aries Spears,
I got the story.
And unfortunately, Tiffany Hash, his name is in that
too. Down into this bullshit too. Yeah,
unfortunately.
Because saying a lawsuit from two people who were 14 and 7 years old at the time. They're now 22 and 14. It says
they're siblings, yeah.
Siblings. Well, the girl is 22, the guy is 14 now, yeah. It said that the girl said she met the parents' mother said they met Tiffany Haddish through a comedy and quickly bonded and claimed they remained close until Tiffany was asked the girl to do a comedy camp. And then it says that Tiffany.
No problems there so far.
Tiffany told the girl she had the perfect role for her in the commercial, and that's when the shit turned left.
I said no problems so far, but now it's about to flip. It
alleges that the girl was told to watch a sexually suggestive video and was asked to mimic what she had seen on the screen, including the noises, precisely what she heard through the video. So sex noises, basically like a 14-year-old making like sex noises. And then also a year later, this is where the boy was brought in, who was 7 at the time, with Tiffany. They said brought him into a video shoot at Aries Spears' home. Like that's how Aries Spears is tied. They were doing a shoot for Funny or Die called Through a Pedophile's Eye. I won't be watching that skit. Now, I like Funny or Die stuff, but I'm not watching that. It's just she like that like, pedophile shit doesn't entertain.
That's not funny.
So like they said it. They told it was supposed to be for a Nickelodeon skit, but it was really for a Funny or Die skit called Through a Pedophile's Eye. I'm guessing he said that he got touched during this pedophile's eye skit is what it was.
People said that they watched video, like I guess it's like a rough cover video. I refuse to watch the video. I did Chris Hansen. I read the transcripts. You see what I did there? I just read the transcript of what happened.
I haven't read shit. All I read was this.
I read the transcript, and
I have no interest in that. Like I said, if I like Funny or Die, I watch Zach Morris's trash, and I watch a very special episode.
Yeah.
That's all you do a pedophile skit. Mr. Drummond Warren's about to
or even like how they did on, like I said, it wasn't a skit, but like To Catch a Predator. It's like that's what the base of the show was, and like no children were actually. It was no real children there. No children were actually harmed.
An actor that was playing a child.
Yeah.
No children.
It was no children that were actually in the videos.
Yeah.
But when you actually take a real child, 14 and
14-year-old, and put them in a skit called Through a Pedophile's Eyes, like,
I have a 7-year-old.
Like, yeah, you imagine suggesting your child to some bullshit like that.
I have a 7-year-old, so
imagine your kid saying those lines, like if those. Yeah.
I view it very differently as a parent.
The lines in that script and shit, like, come on, that's some bullshit.
Because they said the 14-year-old girl was supposed to mimic fellatio, like that's what that was. Like she's supposed to like do it on like some maybe like not quite, but like some kind of like object she was supposed to do it on to simulate fellatio. And then the boy was supposed to be. They said the boy actually was in the tub with Aries Spears, and I was like, oh my! Like when I read the trade, said that they were in the tub to get in his tub. So my thing, a couple of things about that. like my tip, like I got hiding. Like my level just raised up another level. The first part is like we got everybody in the room needs their ass kicked. Aries Spears, ass kicked. Tiffany Hash, ass kicked. Parent, ass kicked. Every adult needs their ass kicked because, like, as a parent, if my child is showing interest and wanting to be an actress, actor, whatever, then it's like, okay, like, yeah, like, we can look. But the second that somebody is like, you want to see a whole nother side of me to suggest that my child be involved in some bullshit like that you do some like, it's not funny, like pedo stuff like that, like actually having a child simulate.
Yeah, even with actors, it wouldn't be funny, especially actual children. It's like this.
Yeah.
I don't find shit like that funny and shit. It's fucking stupid and gross.
And then like the children, like I said, like that stuff stays with you because like even though well, he's still a minor, he's 14, so he's still a minor.
Yeah.
And then the girl is 22, so like she's barely legal. The thing that she said, she was like, our innocence got taken away, at 14. Our innocence got taken away at 7. So it's like those traumas are still with them. 7 years later, those traumas are still present with them.
Here's how you do funny shit with kids: is like not pedo shit, like how we put up some shit we actually did a Doritos commercial years ago with a friend of one of our friends' daughters. Like she was like this demonic child that beat my ass for stealing her Doritos.
So her Doritos, yeah.
See, that's how, yeah. And she ties me up and shit and murders me allegedly. They never showed the fate of my character, and I still because he ties him up. She's coming for him. I'm screaming like a little girl. Ah! And so I'm assuming that she kills me for like eating Doritos.
Doritos.
She did say dead meat, so there you go. So I'm sure she killed me.
She goes dead meat.
That's how you do. Like I know pedo shit. You do. Goofy.
Yeah, that was funny.
Yeah.
Or having kids like do like if you do like the thing about asking kids like questions about stuff, like Ariana, like if I ask her about like life before air, and she'll just look at me like I'm like anxious for talking about records and CDs. She'll be like, "What are those?" Like you do stuff like that with kids.
Kid a Walkman and then like
figure out how to use this Walkman.
Don't even don't tell her, give her no clue, just hand it to her. Okay, like show me how to use this shit. Yeah.
Dialing with a rotary phone. I saw somebody do that with their children. They showed them like, how do you dial a number with a rotary phone? Stuff like that is like what you do with kids.
Ariana asked you the funniest thing one time when you said that you remember back in my day we didn't have internet. She asked like, how did you watch TV?
She asked me how I watch TV. I was like,
she legit asked that question with no internet. Yeah, how'd you watch TV? Yeah, so yes.
I said my baby. Like my baby is
back in Uncle Oz's day, they had these little things called rabbit ears you sit on top of the head. So they asked me about on TV. Tell her that.
On TV.
It's like cable, only crappier.
Crappier.
That should have been a catchphrase, just like cable.
That's the tagline. But crappier.
That's what should have. Tell her asked me about on TV.
But they weren't like that whole thing, how that played. Like, I mean, I want to see how that plays out because they weren't.
Yeah, like if these allegations are true, then they both done.
They both are done. And like, Tiffany, I feel like we had such high hopes for her because like we loved her story. Like the girl who came from nothing. We were there along the journey for her rise. Yeah, we kicked it about 10 years ago. We spent New Year's with her. Yeah.
Yeah, she was like
I danced next to her. We percolated together.
You and Tiffany Haddish were percolating together.
Yeah, we were percolating together at that party.
Yeah, it's like 10 years ago.
We did the percolator together. So it's like, you want to see people. Like I love the story of hearing like, I came from nothing and now like start from the bottom. Now I'm here. Like everybody loves to hear.
We all love that. Yeah.
Who doesn't love to hear a story like that? But then to see that is your type of humor, like that's not funny. Like some shit's not funny. Like things that aren't like, things that aren't funny. Pedophile shit, not funny. Blackface on white people, not funny. What's another thing?
Rape jokes aren't funny and shit.
Not funny.
Some shit is just not funny.
It's just not funny.
Domestic violence, I don't think it's funny.
Mm-hmm.
It's like some shit is just not funny. It should just don't go there.
Yeah, just knock it off. Like just cut it out. Like it's thousands and thousands of other things that you can make jokes about that are funny. like suicide, like somebody who commits like death like that, like death by suicide, like that. Those aren't funny. Or like death that just happened, like people making jokes about somebody who just died. Like that's not funny.
Like that's just cheap. That's just cheap. He's trying to get a reaction and shit.
That's not funny. Other people go, "Oh wait, too soon." It's like you're not funny. You're not. Just leave it alone.
Find another career because comedy ain't it for you.
But everybody's a comedian. Like we say, comedian. Everybody's a comedian now.
Speaking of problematic and like people, pedos, and we gonna stay.
Oh God.
Let's talk about R. Kelly's daughter, Joanne Kelly. You heard this story?
I have not.
She's having trouble because she's trying to pursue a music career. And typically you have the opposite problem, like people think, oh, you just getting a shot because of your dad.
You're so-and-so's daughter or so-and-so's son or whatever.
Now she's getting denied because of who her father is. It's like, like nobody wants to fuck with her because of she's R. Kelly's daughter. Mm-hmm. She changed her stage name, but still, people know.
Yeah, you can dig enough to find out who her daddy is.
She's going by now, but still, is she's just been talking about that how because of her last name, she said is people like music. She said music is her passion. She really wants to do this, but because she's R. Kelly's daughter, motherfuckers don't want to touch her. Shit like. So like his bullshit is like trickling down.
Her,
because of his.
Like, unfortunately, it's by association.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, and people, especially if somebody is a survivor of that type of behavior, like if somebody, like, I mean, not necessarily R. Kelly himself, but people, it could be other victims out there that are
if that happened to you,
that have had that happen. So like, they're not going to be as welcoming as somebody like, hey, like, well, let's give you a chance. Like I said, like, it's not fair to her. Sorry for the young lady. It's not fair to her. What was her name? I'm sorry.
Joanne Kelly.
Joanne, yeah, it's not fair to Joanne. It definitely is not fair to her, but
she said from 13 to 24, I've been trying to get into the music business, trying to get into the industry. And for all those years, it's either been you see, she first was you getting it because of who your dad is, and now you're not getting it because of who your dad is. Mm-hmm. Says I've been this close to a record deal, and when they found out who I was, it got swiped away. That's right there.
That's unfortunate that this is what's going on with her, especially if she does actually have a passion. Because
and if she got a talent, like I said, I haven't heard her stuff, but like if she's actually good, it's like it sucks that she can't that
she can't share her talents with the world because your dad was a creep. Let's just call it your dad was a creep. So
that shows you like your bullshit don't just affect you. It's like
it's not just you, it affects others. Yeah.
It's affecting the next generation because of your bullshit. Yeah.
Sorry for her with that. I mean, my hope is that she doesn't give up who she wants to be as far as like whether she wants to be a, singer or whatever. Yeah. I'm hoping that she doesn't stop with her passion. I hope that she eventually breaks through. I hope that she does. I hope that it does come a positive, outcome of it, because it's not her fault that her dad did that. It's not her fault. So,
and if she really has a passion and she actually has talent, then like she shouldn't be penalized for
some of these enablers. Yes, absolutely, but it's not her fault. Like she wasn't an enabler.
Especially the enablers that tried to get me fired. Fuck them. Especially those enablers, bitch ass motherfuckers. Don't get me going. Yeah. Let me shift gears before I get fired up and shit all over again.
It's on my face.
Call my PD while I'm on the air because I made an R. Kelly joke. Get the fuck out of here. I didn't pee on nobody. He did. Are you mad at me for? Shit, get mad at that nigga. Good. All right. I'm about to. Let me woosah. Speaking of people that are mad, the smoke and everything. Nicole Brown's sister, you heard about that?
No.
Because Chris Rock made
the tea.
Yeah, Chris Rock made some jokes. Yeah, because he was asked about hosting the Oscars. I tell the Chris Rock side. Yeah, because
I saw that they asked him again to host it, and I pictured him in his voice what he would say.
He said, hey, have me going to the Oscars is like Nicole Brown going back to the restaurant the night before an OJ kids like that. He mentioned about the restaurant that and I think Ron Goldman worked at the restaurant. I think he did.
He worked at the restaurant.
Waking her up, she got home safely. because I guess OJ probably had already been acting weird. I don't know yet, but he drove her home or whatever, make sure, and then that's when they got murdered. Like when he got caught up in it basically for nothing. Like Goldman, he was just like making sure she got home safe, and then he got killed too. So, but and then like Nicole Brown's sister, of course, didn't like that shit. She's like, "Come on, it's like comparing a slap to
slap to being
you got slapped like my sister got murdered and shit."
And the murder and the way in which she got murdered, like she was almost like she was pretty much decapitated, like not being gross. But I read the autopsy, like she pretty much was decapitated. Yeah. So
I kind of gotta go with Nicole Brown's sister.
I gotta agree with that. Like
I fucks with Chris Rock, but like that was kind of dumb.
That was a little bit like sometimes comedians.
That was Jane. That was dumb. Yeah.
Sometimes comedians do stuff where they want that. Like we know comedians embellish when they make jokes. We know that everything. Like we always say the perfect example, like the pancakes with Prince. The basketball game didn't happen exactly like that. It didn't happen exactly like that.
Really did play ball, but the way the skit went, like exaggerated.
It didn't go. It was embellished, obviously. Yeah. Because when you're a comedian, you'll take a story that actually happened, and then you might tell a story
this, and then expand it to this.
You might tell it to 50 to 60% of it true, and then the other side, the other 50 to 40% is
you add your own seasoning to it and
embellish because. That's what makes it funny when you embellish the story. It makes it funnier. But that was like just dumb. It was like that was stupid. That was dumb.
At that, I'm like, well, her sister got murdered. The guy that murdered her allegedly got away with it. So of course she would still be bitter.
That was stupid.
So yeah, why wouldn't she still be bitter? And then say, come on.
I mean, it was other ways he could have used like the comparison to the slap. It's like because other people have been slapped before, other people have been knocked out or whatever the case may be. He could have used another.
He could have just went on a rant like, what the fuck would I do that bullshit? Yeah, I got slapped once. Like, yeah.
Right, and that's what I said in my head. I was like, me going to the Oscars.
Why you don't want to host it?
My face still hurt. I already been slapped. You trying to get me slapped again?
Like what Janet Jackson said when they invited her back to the Super Bowl, she said, "No, I'm not doing
that." I'll pass.
Like on her documentary, she talked about
hard pass. It's a hard pass.
Back, I was like, "Nah, I'm good."
Nah.
Yeah, fool me once, shame on you.
Exactly.
Fool me. You can't get fooled again. That's my George W. He had a senior moment. Fool me once, fool me. You can't get fooled again.
But I mean, he could have. Here's the safe joke that he could have did that actually is like me going to Oscars. Wait, like to ask me to go to host an Oscar, that's a slap in the face. Oops.
Yeah, ask me. Oops. Slap in the face.
See. And I'm not even a comedian, but that would have been the perfect time to say a slap in the face. Asking me to host again is like a slap in the face. Oops, I've already been slapped. And everybody would have everybody would have had a laugh, and that's how he could have done it. Like I said, I'm not even a comedian, but the OJ, that was dumb. That was dumb. But I mean, I want this slap stuff to go away because did you see like Dave Chappelle, like now he's weighing in on the Oscar slap. And I'm like, why are we still talking about this Oscar slap? Why?
It was big. Chappelle is really because
it happened in March.
He got attacked by a crackhead since then. So you've had worse happen to you since an actual crackhead attacked him on stage.
He did, though. He was a little cracked out. But when I saw Dave Chappelle waiting on now, I'm like, okay, if Dave Chappelle waited on this when it first happened, yes, but like several months later, like we're in a whole different, like we're going in a whole nother season. We've had spring and summer. Now we're going to fall. So like 2 seasons have passed, and like, why are we still talking about this? Like, why are we still talking about this Oscar slap? Like, why?
Barely seeing Will Smith since then. He's laid low. He had his little apology he did, but other than that, he's pretty much laid low since then.
Yeah, he's laid very low. And he said that he extended the offer to Chris.
Cool off it to go away. That's what I'm thinking.
Mm-hmm. And Chris isn't ready to talk, which is fair too. That's another fair side. Both sides are fair with that. Like Chris, okay, like eventually, okay, we'll finally apologize.
Story, that's fine, but like we don't need a bunch of other people like Chappelle jumping in.
Like why is it still a thing? Like
kind of unnecessary. And he can say what the fuck he wants, but it's kind of there, you know. Yeah,
I think it's kind of like the thing is like the horse is dead. Like why are we keep on trying to? It's dead. Like why are we still poking it?
Like them sitcoms we talked about again.
Yeah, it's like, let's focus more. Because he said that basically Will Smith played Perfect Man for 30 years and that now Will's taking off his mask and now Will is just as ugly as the rest of us. So basically saying like, okay, Will, like, you don't have to be perfect no more. Like, just be who you are now and don't put that mask back on because you're flawed too, like the rest of us. Like, you're not the perfect human being like how we thought. Which, I mean, it's a fair assessment to say. I said, but if you said that when it first happened, not 6 months later now at this point.
I don't know.
Yeah, like 6 months later now. It's like
wild.
this is kind of like it's getting redundant. Like we have other things to talk about, other things going on.
Including we not new. Hey, let's do it. NBA news, like I said, it's the slow time of year, but you still have some major things that happen occasionally, including Donovan Mitchell traded to the Cleveland Cavaliers for Colin Sexton, Lauri Markkanen, and a shit ton of
picks. A lot of picks. A
lot of first round picks, yeah.
So
Cleveland wasn't playing like, and I knew that Sexton would probably be traded because they got Garland and Darius Garland is a better fit. So I was like,
yeah.
And then Markkanen was always a weird fit because they have like both of those guys are weird fits because you got Garland's the better guard, and then you have Mobley and Allen as your big. So like both of them were kind of weird fits. So they used them to get Donovan Mitchell, which probably is a better fit than Markkanen and Colin Sexton. Yeah.
So the Central Division gonna be popping. The division should be popping right now.
Yeah, they got some because you got 3 legit all-stars now and a possible 4th. Because Garland and Allen both made the all-star team last year. Donovan Mitchell's an all-star.
He's an all-star, obviously.
He will be an all-star, I believe. He's young, but yeah. He's balling his ass off, yeah. So.
Like it. I like the shift around there. Obviously, Utah is in rebuild, obviously.
Yeah. So the Lakers gotta like that because like that's one team that's gonna fall. So the Lakers didn't even make the play-in last year, so that's one less team.
One less team. Like, okay, we can climb up that ladder. We gonna climb it.
Are the Lakers back? Are they back in the playoff hunt? Or are they still playing? Who's let's count. Let's check out the West. Let's bring it down. Should I bring it? Let me pull it up and see.
Yep.
I'm gonna forget. I'll just pull it.
Ain't nobody being the Warriors. I still say. Ain't nobody being the Warriors.
Who else is out there? Warrior, I know Warrior, Memphis. They up there. The Clippers. I'm gonna pull
the Clippers.
Denver.
Kawhi is here. You can't count them out.
Let's just pull up the West and see who's out. Phoenix, yeah.
Phoenix,
Golden State, Phoenix, Memphis, Dallas with Luka.
Dallas.
The Denver Nuggets. Clippers will be back because Kawhi should be healthy. So the Lakers still might be a play-in team because you got to be top 6 to get out of the play-in.
Right.
So that 7, 8, 9, 10 will be like you got Minnesota, you got New Orleans, San Antonio. I think they rebuilding too, so they're gonna fall. Yeah, Lakers are at least in the play-in. I don't know if they like crack the top 6 though.
Yeah.
Phoenix, Memphis, Golden State, Dallas, Denver. They might because Utah's not gonna be in it. And the Clippers might take that spot though. Yeah. So like one of the LA teams is gonna be in the top 6, yeah. The Clippers or Lakers, who knows which one at this point, but one of the LA teams like takes you. Yeah. And then Lakers at least will be. If they don't make the play-in this year, they just suck. It's like, yeah. If you can't beat Minnesota, New Orleans, and San Antonio and Sacramento, you suck. Yeah. Like that's the next 4. Like you have to fall behind all 4 of those teams.
I'm not laughing.
You'd have to go behind all 4 of them. And of course, Houston, OKC, Portland, they like bringing up the rear as far as the West Coast, right?
Yeah, they're way in the back.
Yeah, but that's where the East. Let's come back East, okay? Yeah,
yes.
The East. I still Milwaukee. I'll still put Milwaukee at the top. Milwaukee, Boston,
Philadelphia,
Miami, Brooklyn. I think because if they figure it out, Brooklyn. And then you got that next tier: Cleveland, Chicago, Atlanta, Charlotte, Toronto. Toronto's interesting. Like, are they going? Because did they overachieve last season? Toronto's an interesting case because
They may have.
They were 5 last season. Yeah,
I think they did. I think they overachieved.
but did Chicago overachieve? That's what some people. I know we Bulls fans, but did they? Because Chicago was on
injuries got us.
Chicago was the best team in the at least like top 2 or 3 teams in the East.
I ride with the injuries. The injury bugs plagued the Bulls. That's what happened. The injury bug got them. I just want and then we still ain't gonna get the whole season because they reports about Lonzo not being ready for training camp. So it's like, what the fuck? Like we can't catch a break. But
you'll say the Bulls are like the highest they will be is like where they were last year, 5 or 6.
I say like 6. I think around 6.
Yeah, Miami, Boston, Milwaukee, Philly. You're not passing any of them.
Yeah, I say Bulls probably be 6.
And Brooklyn and Cleveland, they like either one of them will probably move up into that top 5. One of those. Let's go Cleveland because like they're the fresher team.
Yeah, I say Bulls ain't going to be they're not going to be a play-in.
It's going to be a little tougher.
I say they won't be a play-in
because of the Cavaliers like moving up. Yeah, one of the other teams would have to fall out. I say like Toronto or somebody would have to fall out of the play.
The advantage you have though when new players are added to even like strong players, it's like they got to figure out their rhythm so you can catch someone slipping. So that's the time that you got to be on your P's and Q's.
Sometimes, and not only that, but sometimes
you got to be on yours.
They look good on paper. We haven't seen how this
exactly. No. So that's when you strike while while they're figuring it out.
What if Mitchell and Garland don't mesh? Like that happens.
There you go. So that's when you strike. Like, okay, they're figuring out. Let me go over here and let me get my thing going. We've already been together, so we've already figured our thing out. So let them figure their stuff out and let's do us. So, but Lonzo need to get healthy because for the Bulls to go anywhere far, they need Lonzo.
Yeah, you need solid point guard play.
You need your point. You need your floor captain.
Yeah,
you need that.
Guard.
You need your general.
Yeah,
and he's a floor general. You need that.
You can't half-ass it now because especially the East is they
competitive.
Kind of decent now.
It's competitive.
Like, not the old East where it was basically LeBron and everybody else.
James and the rest of it.
Like
you have people with
LeBron was whether it's the Heat or the Cavs, whatever team he was on, and then
maybe you have below 500 teams making the playoffs. What? Like what? What? How are you in the playoffs and you're not even 500? How? Yeah. And then the West, you had teams that were above 500 missing the playoffs.
The West was super deep, yeah. But like
now it's starting to balance out. Like it's like East and West is starting to. We're like obviously like the top teams are obviously like head and shoulders above their competition, but it's still it should be a nice trickle down, like not like that. It shouldn't just drop like drastically.
Good, I'm ready. That's all I got. I don't know what else you got, kid.
Oh, just a real quick thing. I want to get my hot take.
What's up?
Since we talk about California or whatever, apparently some people still live clueless in California. Did you see Stacey Dash's video?
She didn't know that DMX been dead. Yeah. Over a year or something like that. Yeah.
And watching the video of her, like, first of all, everybody just was roasting her appearance because they're like, that's Stacey, because like somebody threw flour in her face. Like it didn't even look like her. Like it looked like she's maybe bleaching, like she's doing something or lighting. I don't know. Like she looked very strange. Like she looked very strange in the video. And she was crying. I didn't know that DMX passed away. And she was all crying and
even though I only found out he passed away a minute ago.
My response that I put on all the blogs.
That's what she said.
I said my mom. So our mom, I was like, our mom is in her 70s. She has no social media. She does not know how to go online. She gets her news from watching the news or reading a newspaper. That's how she gets her news.
Mom got a flip phone.
Thank you. But yeah, and still, if I asked her about DMX, I knew mom would know DMX died. Mom knew DMX died. And she doesn't have access to like the news stuff. She just does it. Like she clips obituaries still out of newspapers. Yeah. That's what she does. She's old school.
It's her Sun Times every day, 7 days.
She does. She does. So how does she not know? But Stacey, we just going to chalk it up to maybe Clueless wasn't.
Stacey is clueless. I was about to say
maybe Clueless wasn't an act. Maybe
Stacey
it just wasn't. Because this lady be, yeesh.
I'm ready to wrap it up on that note.
Yes.
Another damn podcast 275. Thanks for supporting us. If you want to support us further, you know what to do. Get at us. Give us a like first. Also, subscribe, share, rate, review on all your platforms. We're talking Apple Podcasts, Spotify, TuneIn, SoundCloud, iHeart, TLC Talk Radio. What's good and happy birthday to Tasha. There it is. Also, YouTube and your Amazon Alexa devices. Follow me at Ozman the Wizard on Instagram, Twitter, and TikTok. Oz Radio on Snapchat and Facebook as well. You know how to get at me.
You can check me out at MSIME8626 on Instagram, Twitter, and TikTok. Also, SCR8GULOEY1 on Twitter, SCR8GULOEY7 on Instagram. Also, please like the Straight Gully Facebook fan page. Check out straightgully.com for your blogs and your vlogs. And for your video production needs, check out straightgullyproductions.com.
I'm Ozman the Wizard.
And Naima.
We will talk to you later.
Bye.